Okay, so I'm going to do a video, try to make this as quick as I can. But yeah, it's early in the morning. Just now got my coffee. I need more of it though. I have a headache, and Nellie's home because she's really sick. So, really, really bad sick. I was sick earlier, but not so much now. Hopefully, I won't get sick again because it's like she was sick and then she got better and got sick. Anyway, so there's this app that I follow, and it's a neighborhood app, right? And I'm not gonna mention the name of the neighborhood app, but you probably know what it is. And I'm not gonna mention the name of the individuals because I'm not necessarily trying to put them on blast. But if they happen to come across this video and they want to say something, then that's a debate I can definitely have. But anyhow, it's not that deep. I'm going through something similar as well. But this lady has a cat problem. So she has a dog. Didn't mention really the breed of the dog, but the dog is eating the cat poop that's in her yard. Some cat is in the neighborhood, jumping the fence and using the bathroom in her yard. And then the dog finds it and eats it, and then has to go to the vet because of stomach issues and all of this type of stuff. Dog's on a special diet, whatever, right? So this lady is asking for suggestions to solve the issue, and she was gonna get some sort of bars installed. Now, first she asked the landscapers prior to all this to install a low maintenance landscaping. So they did, and they put down bark and all this other stuff. Well, now she's upset with the landscaping company because she says it's not low maintenance and it's attracting cats to use the bathroom, which bark does. We actually put down bark all along our the side of our house for low maintenance, and it attracted a bunch of cats that are roaming the neighborhood, and they would poop there. So we would have to remove it. I poured down vinegar and stuff like that, and they never have messed with that area since. But they have found other spots in the yard to poop, and it's some cat that's roaming. Now, it could be a cat, it could be raccoons, which we have a big problem with as well, that is pooping in the yard, right? It could be. And so this lady is saying it's toxic to her, toxic to her cats, because when she has to weed eat or pull weeds out, she's right there along the poop. And then, of course, the dog is eating it. She was given a lot of suggestions by people from basically putting roll bars or whatever, putting up chicken wire because cats can't climb it because it wobbles. And then there's pokies at the top, and so they don't like that. It will also probably work on squirrels too, because if squirrels climb it, it's going to wobble, but then it'll poke them. Someone says that cats are very smart, if it's not covering every little space and if there's a gap, they'll just figure it out and move on. Some folks were saying put vegetable oil all along the fence if it's basically a metal fence, because then they can't climb it, they'll slide off of it, and they don't like it. But this lady says no to all that stuff. They said put down citrus stuff because cats don't like that. And she said no, she thinks it will attract rats and insects. There's insects everywhere. They then said, why don't you put down cayenne pepper? She says no, because that will make her dog sick, because if it's going to keep out, which cayenne pepper will keep out raccoons, cats, it'll keep out anything, moles. She didn't want to do that because she's afraid it will affect her cat or her dog. They said put down motion sensor sprinklers, and she doesn't want to do that because then she would have to always get wet, or the dog gets wet when she sends the dog out. Now, what her suggestion was is she wanted to put down axle grease all along the fence, which is toxic to cats. Because and dogs too, I assume, because basically if the cat crosses that, they're going to get the oil on them, this axle grease oil, and then they lick it off and it poisons them, and it can kill them, right? So that's what she wants to do because she's so upset about it. And they're saying, no, that's probably inhumane. She wants to either trap them in a trap, take them to the Humane Society, and do that. And people say, that's not fair, because what if it's someone's cat and then their family member's gone? She's like, well, that's their problem, which I agree. That is their problem. If you can't keep your cat inside and somebody traps it and it goes bye-bye, that's your problem, not my problem. So she was also talking about how there's an ordinance in the city where dog owners have to pick up dog poop that when they walk it, but there's nothing for cats. Well, people don't really walk cats, and I agree. I get tired. I personally think that people are irresponsible regardless. Dog owners, cat owners, everybody. They're all irresponsible because I see dogs being walked all the time and they poop and no one picks it up. I've even seen this family, they have since moved, thankfully, that allowed their dog to do some massive poop right in the middle of the sidewalk, and I had to spray the sidewalk down. And they knew it did it, and they just walked off. So there are a lot of irresponsible dog owners here. A lot of people don't get permits, which you're supposed to actually get. A lot of people don't take their dog to the vet. I know a family too that's here in the neighborhood that have 3 dogs that bark all of the time, and when someone's out there, not even interested in their yard, and yet they don't take their dog to the vet because the dogs have bad skin issues like the mange, and you can see it. It's that bad. So anyhow, me personally, your animal should stay inside your house. It should not be inconveniencing anyone else. I don't care if it's a dog, rat, kangaroo. But everybody's offering these suggestions, and this lady keeps pushing to the side. Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. She don't want to install a fence because she don't want to put holes in her fence herself. She doesn't want to do a lot of DIY stuff because she's just lazy, basically, in my opinion, because everyone's offering all these suggestions, and they're great suggestions. She doesn't want to do it. She wants to either put something toxic down that will kill the cats, or she wants to have someone come and install a fence that will be a rollover fence. And the company told them they've never had experience with the fence. So it's kind of like, that's the scary part about doing business. People are always going to be pissed, regardless of how good of a job you may do. And so that company is going to be walking into something where you're going to have a person that's probably going to be upset because they've already said we don't know how to do this. And if a cat still gets in there, poops, guess what? She's going to be mad at the fence company, right? So she doesn't want to put chemicals down because she's afraid to go into the Puget Sound and harm wildlife, squirrels and birds and stuff that may land at her yard. And I commend her for that. But she wants to put axle grease down, which is just as bad, if not worse, and will also go into the Puget Sound and poison wildlife and everything else. It doesn't make any sense to me. The lady doesn't want to really do anything, it seems, for herself other than complain about it. Even when people offer her suggestions, it's not good enough. I agree. I think people should definitely have their own animals in their yard and keep them from going into other people's yard. I think also dogs as well, and stop their dogs from constantly barking. We have a cat that has defecated all in one area of our garden, which we're going to have to remove all of that stuff. Pisses me off. But we're going to remove it, and we're going to make sure that that doesn't happen again by putting down things like vinegar and stuff like that. Let me know what you think about this. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I will see you. Take care.